What is going on, guys? This is Mr. Ryan's tutoring here. I'm back with another video, and in today's video we're going to cover powers and square roots, which is part of the Edexcel GCSE course. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So this is for people who've already done the topic, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. This is just to go through all the exam questions that could possibly come up. So 2 cubed is essentially just another way of saying 2 times 2 times 2. And if you do that, it's 2 times 2, which equals 4. 4 times 2, which equals 8. So the answer would be 8. Square root of 81 just means when you square the same number together, you get 81. So whatever two numbers that you times together. So let's say 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 would be the square number. This is the opposite. So we're finding out what the square root of 81 is. Square root of 81 is 9. This is something you've got to learn. Question 2. Work out the square of 3. Square of 3 just means 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 equals 9. Nearly said 6 then. That was a terrible 9. Try that again. Work out the value of 2 to the power of 6. So just 2 to the power of 6 just means times in 2 by itself 6 times. This means we've got to do 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So this bit here is 4. Then 4 times 2 equals 8. Then 8 times 2 equals 16. And 16 times 2 is 32. And 32 times 2 is 64. So that is your final answer, 64. Next question, 4 squared. 4 squared just means 4 times 4. And if you do 4 times 4, you get 16. For this topic, you've just really got to know your times tables. 5 cubed. This just means 5 times 5 times 5. So if we do 5 times 5, we get 25. And then times it by 5 one more time, we get 125. So right is as power of 10. So 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. All you need to do for this is count how many tens there are. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 tens. So all you write is your answer. You write 10. And then you put a little 5 at the top. That's all you have to do. Okay, next question. Square root of 36. So square root, just to clarify, is this symbol here. And we're doing it of 36. So that's essentially what I mentioned before. The square root of 36 is 6, because that's when you do 6 times 6, and that equals 36. 5 times 10 to the power of 2. So I'm going to ignore the 5 for this one just for 1 second, pretend it doesn't exist. I'm going to focus on the 10 squared. So 10 squared equals 100. And then 100 times 5 equals 500. So the answer would be 500. Okay. 2 cubed is just 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 times 2. We've already written the answer before, so I'm just going to write it again. Is 8. Find the square of 6. So the square of 6 just means 6 times 6. And that would be 36. Square root of 225. This is again something you unfortunately need to know, and there's not really much you can do to avoid it. This is just one you've got to learn off by heart. But if you do square root 225, you will get an answer of 15. So you've really got to practice that. Find the value of 10 to the power of 3. That means 10 times 10 times 10. So if you do 10 times 10, you get 100. And 100 times 10, you get 1000. Next question, 3 to the power of 3, or 3 cubed, is just 3 times 3 times 3. And if you do that, you get 27. Square root of 81 is 9. Find the square of 8. That means 8 times 8. And that will be, I only put 16 there, but that will be 64. Work out 5 to the power of 3, so that's just 5 times 5 times 5. Again, we've already done this question. It is 125. I'm not going to go through questions again, there's no point. 7 squared just means 7 times 7. If you know your 7 times table, you will get 49. 2 to the power of 4 is just 2 times, it's just 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 equals 4, times 2 is 8, and 8 times 2 is 16. So the answer to this would be 16. Right as the power of 10. So if you remember from before, for this question, you just essentially count how many 10s there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 of them. So what we do for this is we write a 10, and then we write a little 7 at the top. Question 9, square root of 25. This is something you've got to know. It's just 5. Right, 3 times 10 to the power of 4. So best thing to do is just do the 10 to the power of 4 bit first. So 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 equals, so 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 is 1,000. 1,000 times 10 is 10,000. Then 10,000 times that by 3 will get you 30,000. Then 4 to the power of 3 just means 4 cubed. So it's just 4 times 4 times 4 again. So it's 4 times 4, which equals 16. And then 16 times by 4 will get you the answer of, let me just try to think. My brain's just switched off. 1 second. You'll get the answer of 64. Sorry about that. 64. Okay. Next question is asking us to find the square of 7. So that's just 7 times 7. And that'll get us 49. Another funny one. Square root of 196. So this one is another tricky one that you've got to unfortunately remember. But if you work it out or you find out what it is, it's 14. So you do 14 times 14. 10 to the power of 5. So we've got to do 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 is 1,000. 1,000 times 10 is 10,000. 10,000 times 10 is 100,000. So you would actually write 100,000 right here. Okay, and the grand finale for this is working out the squares of all these numbers. So we know that 1 squared is simply 1. 2 squared is 4. 2 times 2. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5, 25. 6 times 6, 36. 7 times 7, 49. 8 times 8 is 64. 9 times 9 is 81. 10 times 10 is 100. 11 times 11 is 100. 121. 12 times 12 is 144. 13 times 13. This is a tricky one, actually. I can't remember it myself half the time. Is 169. And then we've got 196 from before. And then last but not least, 15 squared is 225. These are ones you've got to remember. I mean, I don't think you really have to remember from 11 squared onwards, but 120, but from definitely 1 to maybe 12, definitely. I think that's absolutely essential. But yeah, anyway, that is it for powers of square roots. It's a very quick topic. There's not really much you need to know. But just don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.